Everybody, this is Andreas here. So today we are visiting Lloyd van Rooyen, and he's the owner of Croucher's Hotel and Restaurant. It's based in Appledrum, just on the outskirts of Chichester, and we'll be talking to Lloyd about his journey in the hospitality industry, how he made it, where he came from, and how he's gone so far. So hi, thanks for seeing us, Lloyd.
Nice. Pleasure, Andreas.
Nice to see you. So
please, see you as well.
Please tell us of how it all started for you, where you come from, and how you came to this point.
Well, I had 4 years experience in the hospitality industry in South Africa with a different kind of business. Mm-hmm. We had a very large building, 209 bedrooms, wow. 15 floors, but that was not in the greatest of areas, and it was a difficult business to run. The costs were too high, and I needed another business opportunity to move on. Been here for 20 years in the UK, running our place in Chichester, which started off as a 6-bedroom bed and breakfast. Many years ago. I think it was originally in 1996.
What attracted you to this place? I mean, from 200 and something bedrooms to 6. It's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
It is a bit of a shocker. Yes, it was. Well, it was the area is very nice. Chichester is a very nice area. We were looking at moving away from South Africa. It's affluent. It's got all the right sort of things going for it. So, I mean, that spoke for itself, really.
So how did you go from 6 bedrooms to how many have you got now?
26.
26. Okay, so that must have been quite a bit of development over time.
Yes, we went from 6 to 18 bedrooms initially to warrant getting extra members in from the family into the business. So we invested in that.
And you did manage to get the planning permission. Was it very difficult?
The planning permission was very difficult. It's difficult with the councils. They redlined a lot of the stuff that we did. We had to compromise. We, the build we had to compromise what we wanted to do eventually. But we're lucky with the family members that we have. Carol's mom, my wife's mother. She's a very persistent Scottish lady. Right. So she eventually managed to wear them down, and they eventually said, "Look, we're going to pass their plans, and please don't get in touch with us again."
And where did you have to compromise? Was it 36 bedrooms then, or did you was it
no? We had to. Well, the thing is, with this type of business, what we had to work within the realms of what we had available in terms of investment.
I see.
So we didn't want to say, "Look, let's go huge." We didn't have that much money, so it was a very organic development of the business. We said, "Okay, well, we got 6 rooms; they're always full. We can triple that, and we can still." Warrant the extra rooms and get the occupancy in those rooms. So basically, the whole process has been very organic. We decided, yes, we'll do that. We still had a small restaurant, etc. So we thought, okay, now we need to expand the restaurants. We expanded the restaurant one more step. That got filled. We used that. Then we decided. And then we started getting a lot of functions, weddings. We needed more space. So we had to look at another expansion on the restaurant. We built the restaurant over again. We then had to change the kitchen, because we had a kitchen in the front of the property that was actually basically a domestic. It was created from a domestic kitchen. When we started, we were actually using an Aga to cook.
Right. So you were quite limited in your
capability. Which is quite exciting. And we had an old, standard dishwashing system that you use in a home. That washes in a cycle of 45 minutes.
Geared up for catering.
So it wasn't geared up. So we had to change all of that and re-kit the kitchen from scratch and build a new space for that as well. Wow. So it's been an interesting. Interesting learning curve in terms of what works, what you should buy,
absolutely.
Where you can buy these things from, and the frightening costs of the capital that you need with this type of equipment.
Absolutely, and you need to recoup it obviously with incoming guests.
The last major extension we did was in 2008 when we went from 18 to 26 bedrooms. We demolished half of the front building to create another reception area and a large bar.
Right.
To be ancillary to the restaurant, so that people could come in, eat in the bar, have a drink before they go, and it's also a much better experience for our guests staying in the hotel.
And I have to say, it's a very pleasant atmosphere here.
Yeah, great.
So what do you think from all these things over the last 20 years? So the gradual growing to the point where you are at the moment, up till all the difficulties that you faced. Which one do you think would you say in your head is the biggest achievement?
Well, the biggest achievement over 20 years is still being in business.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned.
All
right. I mean, I know that when you read a lot in the media, you read a lot about business owners. They come to that 2-decade mark, and they look back and they're not sure where to go in the future.
Yeah.
But that saying that, we've always known where we are, so we've got up to this point. But now we at that same juncture where a lot of businesses are. We're looking around. The market has changed. People's perceptions have changed. Their needs have changed. The way they book in hotels has changed as well. We have kept abreast with all the technology, all the online travel agencies, all that sort of thing, websites and booking online and all that. But our biggest challenge now is to drive the business through for the next 15 years.
For the next 15 years. So is there further expansion on your horizon?
We are busy completing on a contract for 32 acres of land all around the property.
Oh wow, okay.
Which also incorporates four self-catering attached homes.
Right, okay.
Which are partially built.
Oh, right, okay.
Already.
Oh, already.
So we are hoping to have those up and running for summer 2018.
Would you say then that your secret of success or your formula for success is almost like the slow adaptation to changing environments and your responsiveness and the kind of the speed to which you adjust the business towards a requirement? Do you think that would sum this up a little bit?
What I would say, yes. What I would definitely say that, yes, we've coming back to my point about the 2 decades, we've over the first 2 decades, yes, we've kept abreast of the changes. I think with the way the world is going now, things are changing rapidly, faster than most people are aware of. So you actually, what we have sort of identified, we need to actually outsource people who can actually keep us in the loop of what's happening.
I see.
And or research our business. What I think we may have experienced over the 20 years is being too close to our product, because we've always, we have as my business partners, we've always put a lot of our own passion into the business, and you're so close to your product,
so you can't see beyond what's going on.
And very often you're working instead of working on the bigger picture, you're often stuck. Taking care of the small things, a bit of maintenance here, looking after staff here, what's going on with the customers, doing all these kind of things where you can't sit back and say, right, where was my product at, where's it going to go, and how am I going to get there?
Okay.
Because these are questions that, are difficult to answer. They're not easy, and you need to go out there and find these answers.
We call that rather working in the business, working on the business, making the business bigger, rather than doing the daily mundane jobs that
we kind of get stuck doing that, the daily admin, looking at the bills, looking at the costs, what's going on in the rooms, checking all the the rooms set up properly. Whereas I mean but this does happen when you run your own business, and we want to gear up for the next phase to take this business from a relatively smallish business that it is now, and which is doing well, to something much bigger in 10 years' time.
All right. Besides that, have you got any other challenges, do you think, that you're facing going forward?
I think the biggest challenge that faces people in the hospitality industry is actually getting staff.
Getting good staff.
Getting good staff is becoming more and more of an issue.
Where do you get yours from then?
What we do find is there's in the small area that we're in, there's a definitive pool of staff that seem to circulate around all the businesses. So one key member might fall off from another business, then then somebody else fills it from somewhere else. It's almost like we playing a bit of chess and with each other. That's what it seems like. But saying that, we also we use Facebook to create a bit of interest. We use the online employment agencies like Indeed and that sort of thing. The difficult thing is you get you got to sift through a lot of not so good applicants or not great applicants. So it is a problem, and I mean you've got to interview a lot of people, and sometimes the people that you get in interview fantastically, but when they start the job, they don't even last 3 days and they're gone. So it's difficult to get those, and it's also difficult to get somebody who wants to work in the industry as well. It's a difficult industry. You are working on sociable hours. There is night work. There's work during the weekend. So that can be a problem. So we're not seeing a lot of new youngsters filtering through. We almost have to create a nurturing environment.
Why should they be working for you? Is there anything that you do different from the other employers?
Well, I think we're really nice. We're a young team. Okay, I mean, I'm not the youngest guy. I'm 48 years old, but we're a young
Yeah.
team. I've got a young team working, the young
Yeah.
team in the kitchen. The guys are very motivated. They're wanting to do different things and learn. And also, because we always trying to push the business, make it bigger or better, whatever it is. I think there's scope for the right person to come in and, probably learn quite a lot in the business if they're interested in the business, and also hopefully, progress further afield as well.
So there are career opportunities within the business
Yes,
as you
once
expand.
I mean, once we start with the self-catering bit and using our land, for functions and events, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
Absolutely. Sounds good. And is there any upcoming exciting events that you would like to share?
Well,
with your audience?
there's always something that's exciting.
Okay, what's the next one?
Well, Christmas is coming, so we have our Christmas parties that are going to be happening.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, quite a lot of the dates are fully booked already. but we have that. We have Christmas Day, and then we also we've got a fantastic New Year's Eve dinner that we're going to have on. We're going to have dinner jazz, live dinner jazz music.
Okay.
We're going to have some fireworks, and we still have spaces for people that want to, if people want to come in and join us for that. Yes, we've got a fantastic menu, and apart from that, 2008, we're going to have some really quite lovely accommodation. If people are coming to the area, want to stay for a week, bring their kids, go down to the beach, wander around the fields, bring the dogs, cycling.
Yeah.
It's all possible.
Great. Well, thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Thank you for your time, Lloyd.
Well, thank
really
you.
good. And I hope you guys get some good learnings out of that. And I will see you next time for our next interview. Bye-bye.